I pray, I pray.
Welcome back to Get Excited. I'm your host, Jay.
And I'm your host, Justin.
Boom!
All
Bro,
right. Well,
yesterday I went to, silence that shit.
that was me?
He fucking up, yo. He
Start
fucking
again,
up
start
once again. Anyways, yesterday, bro, I went to, what's it called? I went to, have you ever been to Cheddar's?
Oh.
Yeah, don't go to Cheddar's, bro. That shit was so nasty. Oh my gosh.
You know what's crazy? They're part of
Darden, I know.
Yeah.
I know, I literally know.
Bro, that place, I remember um one of our coworkers recommended it, and I was like, Cheddar's. And then off that recommendation, I went with my dad and sister. Bro, worst dining service.
So you've eaten there?
Yeah. That's why I
The
said
service? It was bad for you too?
yeah, bro, I feel like they never have good service. Like off that one visit, I was like, I'm never coming back here again. Like you'll never catch me there
Bro.
on the Cheddars.
Sorry for the ASMR. I had breakfast. I got some shit, like, our server was cool. She was like a nice person, but
Yeah.
she like checked on us maybe twice.
Yeah.
Came around, everything good? I'm like, great. All the while, that shit was not good, bro. I got like, it's my fault. Dijon chicken and mushrooms. Bro, it sounded good. It sounded good.
At a place called Cheddar's, mind you. Dijon chicken.
Bro.
I can't even blame you because I thought the salmon was good there. It's not.
I knew it was gonna be ass because the salmon is what? $22 there. I saw it on the menu.
Oh,
And
yeah.
our salmon is like $30. Somewhere around there.
I don't think the price really like means much. I think it's more how they cook it, cause like even like the way they're cooking the food, I'm just like, man, what is this? Maybe our taste buds are just, I guess more unique or a little bit more advanced, but that is like low grade food.
Nah,
bro.
it's just ass. It's just ass. I don't got no crazy palate. That shit is just garbage. But G liked her Alfredo pasta. She got like the broccoli chicken Alfredo. And she was raving about that.
I feel like they have that in like a bag and they just heat it up.
Yeah.
Cause like
If they can do that at
You know what you
Panera,
feel?
they're doing that shit at
Like-
Cheddar's. And they like market it as what, like handcraft or some shit like that. And we were walking in, she's like, what is that? What does that mean? I'm like, it means handcrafted. Like
what does that mean?
they make it fresh, but that shit is not
Okay, in the
handcrafted.
kitchen, nobody has time to make pasta fresh like for every customer. Like they're just saying that. That's like when
Not
they
at
say,
this price range.
"Oh, how much was
Not
it?"
at the price range. It's cheap is what I'm saying. Like it's
Oh.
relatively cheap. So, you go to a more I guess higher tier restaurant and then they're gonna be making it more fresh. Cause we go to this other restaurant called Boca House and that like
Oh, I still haven't been, bro. I need to go.
Nigga.
Yeah.
if any of you guys go to Boca House, get the skirt fettuccine. Oh my god.
I'm jealous. The way he was talking about that food, I was like, bruh, that was some experience.
That shit was so good. The second time around, our service was kind of
Nando's.
bad.
If
Rancho Nando's.
you know, you know.
Rancho Nando's is good.
Good
bro.
Colombian food. I tell that junk up.
The bandeja paisa.
Ooh, that boy said that with some flavor. But they are pasa.
Oh no. Oh no, bro.
Like, think about it. What restaurant would you never step foot into other than a Cheddar's? Probably like, I would say nowadays a Chili's. Really.
Yes.
Like, I try my hardest to stay away from Chili's.
Any of those like bottom rung restaurants.
Yeah.
TGI Fridays is always gonna have that nostalgia for us because we worked there, and that was
Plus,
like
that food smacked. I don't know what you're talking about, but that whiskey burger.
okay, the whiskey burger. Was
Or remember the donut burger? Oh,
yeah.
bro,
Oh
that
my
was
gosh,
literally
that shit
a
was
heart
so
attack,
fire.
But it was so good.
So worth it, bro.
Like,
Every time.
I felt fat as fuck after eating that, but I was like, man, I ain't gonna have to eat for the rest of the day after this.
But like those lower rung restaurants like Applebee's too. I went to Applebee's with G for like the first time ever in my life. That's like the most disappointed I'd ever been in a restaurant.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't really put your standards up for Applebee's at all, because Applebee's is just one of those restaurants where it's like it's bottom of the bottom because of how affordable it is, and like people just really don't give a fuck over there. Like I remember I went there with my dad, and he was causing a ruckus, like a ruckus,
Ruckus.
because like he had got like something with rice, like rice as a side, and like the rice itself was just so bad. It was bland. It was overcooked, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm not paying for this shit."
Yeah, bro. My
And
rice
then,
was undercooked yesterday, actually.
ooh, that's gross. Like, come on, you can't even just cook some
They
rice.
can definitely do better. Like they can definitely do better. But it's like anything that's gonna be like one of those branch restaurants,
Yeah,
like that's why I just cook for myself, bro. Like
that's true.
I'm not gonna lie, I be chefing it up. They be looking at me at work like, you cook that yourself? That's what they always ask if I cook the shit myself. I'm like, nigga, this is chicken pasta, bro. Yeah, I cooked it myself, bro.
It's a foreign concept to people nowadays, bro. People just go grab something to eat.
But it's also like, have you seen that? Sorry, y'all like fully heard me enjoy that snack. I'm so sorry, but a nigga had to eat something.
Had to
Anyways,
be done.
have you seen like what they're doing with like packaged goods like bacon and shit like that? And like even raw chicken, where they'll say it's X ounces and people are weighing it at home and it's not even like the right weight. So you're paying
Bro,
more for less as inflation keeps rising and all that
I
shit.
think I heard something about that. Like, there's like a lawsuit going on with Walmart. Is that part of
It's
it?
been happening a lot at Walmart, yeah. Yeah, it's been happening a
Ah,
lot at Walmart.
damn.
But imagine, bro. You pay fucking like I think a pack of like chicken tenders is like 10, $12, bro. And
First of
it's not
all,
even the right
niggas
weight.
gotta stop buying chicken tenders. I ain't gonna lie, cause
Tenderloins, I mean.
oh,
It's
tenderloins.
still the same.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's a little bit different because Well,
I just like the chicken tenderloins because it's easy to cook for things like
yeah,
Alfredo
that's
pasta and
true.
shit. Like I just chop it up into chunks and then
Oh,
just cook
that
it myself.
crispiness with the pasta. Don't
Man,
play.
I love pan frying that chicken and throwing it in the pasta.
Maybe I'm thinking more chicken nuggets then because like chicken nuggets is like more compact of different things.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
not just one part of the chicken. It's like chicken. It could even be like liver. They use parts of bone, fat. Like it's just a conglomerate of like all the parts of the chicken that are like unused, and they
Hey man,
just.
if they throw a little bit of collagen in there, I'm there because collagen good for you.
But chicken nuggets are not, bruh. Like the Tyson brand and all that shit. I've been getting the Purdue chicken nuggets, but I
Not
feel
the
like
Purdue.
no, because they like that's the way it's marketed. It's like no antibiotics, blah 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 blah. But you
I
never
can't.
really know.
Yeah.
Like you really never know.
That's that's like to me that reminds me of Great Value, like the way they try to market it as the same thing.
What it was like no antibiotics or anything like that.
Yeah, like this is all fresh or something, and like you ever heard like they just have sardines and all these Great Value items? Yeah,
Sardines.
sardines is like one of the
Ugh.
elements. Yeah. Imagine you're just eating a Great Value item and then like there's just randomly sardines in there. It's like it makes no sense because you're obviously not gonna taste it. They're gonna have a way to mask the taste, but like you don't even know what you're eating now.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
bro.
they can really put anything in your food and you wouldn't know. Like
We
for
still gonna
example,
eat that shit.
sawdust. Like
You said
sawdust.
sawdust?
Yes.
In what?
Like I saw this video where they said we were testing if testing to see how much sawdust we can put on like a Rice Krispie treat without seeing like if it could
like to see if it could pass like the FDA or
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
like that.
exactly,
They do that
exactly,
shit with like all kinds like peanut butter too has like bug legs and
exactly.
shit in there.
Oh, I didn't know I had bullet.
Yeah.
You know, on some
Like
crickets.
insect fragments and shit in there. It's disgusting. But like, how could you ever know? They grind that shit up.
Oh no.
And have you heard like the people working at like the Kraft mac and cheese factories and shit? Like they don't clean their mixers, and it'd be like mad moldy and like congealed and shit. It's disgusting, bro.
Do you know how many people at work be getting the Kraft mac and cheese? I stay away from that
Yeah,
because
bro.
like it just looks like too packaged to me. Like I don't trust it.
Yeah. Yo, we're recording. You gotta quiet down, bro. Anyway, keep going.
Um, what was I on about with the sardines and stuff?
You were saying sawdust, but
Oh yeah,
sardines and
no
what?
no
And
no no
great
no
value
wait, wait.
shit?
No no, you were right about the sawdust, but sawdust is used as a laxative, right? Like it's a natural laxative, so they would put it in different things that would market themselves as being a laxative. Instead, they would just have sawdust in it.
How do you even figure that out, bruh? Like, them niggas cutting wood on
Yeah.
construction sites are like, damn, I got the BGs,
So like
bruh.
they had 15% of sawdust on the Rice Krispie. They couldn't tell the difference at all. So like that's how easy it is for them to just sneak something into your food, and then you be like, tastes like chicken. Like bro,
Bro, look at this hidden gem I found. You're gonna hate me, bruh. You're not gonna hate me. You posted this shit yourself, but I found this in like.
hey, no way.
It's the toss that gets me every time, right?
I forgot about that.
Listen, we still need an editor because we needed to just drop clips like this, snippets, and just throw it in the video, bro. If you're an editor, help us out, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. And then this too, bro. I was just like looking through my camera roll because I need to like clear storage. We're still trying to like get our equipment
Yeah.
and everything going. And literally, what's it called? I'm just like clearing up and I'm finding old videos from like high school and shit, bro.
Oh no,
Look at this, bro.
bro.
Look at
We were
this.
so deviant. Oh, the change fell out the pockets like it was Mario. My coins.
Bro, I missed them days so bad, bro. Honestly,
The
do you ever
deviousness.
like do you ever reflect on high school? And like
Oh my
we wanted to
gosh.
get out so bad, but I be missing high school low key.
Sometimes, like in some, I feel like the what I really miss was like lunchtime. The whole gang's there. We were on some stupid activity. Other than
Yeah.
that, like
The
some of my
actual
class,
school
yeah,
aspect of it.
the actual school aspect. I was like, oh, this is boring.
Even still though, like I feel like in
There's some good
classes,
classes. Yeah.
like if you had a class with the right people,
Oh my gosh, having a class with Diego,
oh
God
my
tier,
goodness.
bro.
I had a class with Diego and Josh, bro. We got in so much trouble. I remember it was math class, bro. We're literally doing a test and Josh finishes before me. And this nigga comes over and is like he scooches his chair over and the test is still going on.
Here's,
And I'm like,
"Mm."
bro, I'm just like, I'm here looking, I'm just like
Don't bother me.
like there's no way to get out of this, bro. She's gonna see her ass over here. And he's like in the vicinity of my paper. He already turned his shit in though, but like he's in the
Bro, it
vicinity.
can look like he's giving you answers.
Exactly. He's not thinking of
Oh
that.
my
And
gosh.
shout out to Miss Fernandez. She walks over and she's like, you know I gotta give you guys both zeros, right? I'm like, Miss, I didn't. She's
I
like, you know I gotta give you both
Please.
zeros. Nah, she fucked Josh. I got away with it, right?
Hey, he should have done that in the middle of a test.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
pretty bold as hell, though.
That's how he was back then, just like straight in
Bro,
post.
I
Just,
remember this one class. What was her name? Whatever her name was. She was like my marine biology teacher, and there was this one kid named Malik.
Was it Miss Kaisman?
Oh, I think so. I think so.
Did she have blonde hair?
Yeah,
That's Miss
yeah, 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 yeah.
Kaisman. Fucks
And
with
then
Miss Kaisman.
like literally, this kid like Big Malik, like he came in, and then like everybody would smell him. It'd be like, damn, boy, you stink. You take a shower. That boy was smoking donkey gas like
Oh, he
before
came in
school.
reeking like tree.
He tried. He was like, yo, like if you got some money, you know, like you throw in with us. We cop a pack. We hotbox before school. I'm like,
Hot box before school.
I'm like, you deviants. I'm like, bro, I can't be looped in with y'all, bro. Like, don't come to me with.
Have you seen videos of like high school niggas greening out, bro? I saw one of like a kid in band greening out on the floor. Like they had to call like the paramedics or something, bro.
I would be terrified to green out in school.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the places you don't want to like feel like you're having like greening out or like diarrhea. It's like right there in school.
Yeah.
Because like right after that diarrhea, it's not like you can probably run back to the bathroom at any time like you at home. It's like you gotta get up, wipe your ass. You wipe your ass as many times you like. This shit still don't feel right, bruh. You still gotta go to class.
And then it like it's also kind of weird, like in school, that like a human bodily function you got asked to do. Like
Yeah.
I should be able to walk out whenever I feel to use the bathroom. But if you gotta like raise your hand, miss, I gotta go to the bathroom again. Like she either gonna say no or you're gonna have to out yourself like, miss, I gotta shit, I gotta go. Like,
Bro, they didn't care. They just care about their instruction. Like it's almost like a power trip for them. Like controlling the fact if you can go to the bathroom or not. And like some teachers like don't even let you go because it would stop their instruction.
yeah.
Like Mr. Rivera, if you
He
remember.
wouldn't let you use a bathroom.
No. But like he just didn't like anybody stopping his instruction time.
Oh, you
And
gotta
I-
wait till he done talking.
Exactly.
to
He's
ask.
that type of nigga. Like even if we outside the classroom door, he's not gonna let us in until he's done talking. Like he's that serious about it. And I remember me and Blambo had a puffed on a cart right before we were about to go into class, and like one of the people who gave us the cart already he got into class before us, and then after that the doors were locked and we're just standing there, and then the security guard comes through and it's like this Spanish lady. She's like, what you guys doing in the hallway? You guys got to get to class. Like we're standing in front of class, we just can't get in until he's done talking. And she's like, no, because if I don't let you guys in the classroom, you guys are gonna get in trouble. So she takes her key, opens the door while he's talking, and lets us in. And we're just standing there. And we're just like, we told her not to open the door. And, and he's just staring at us, and he's like, he's talking in the middle, he's just looking at us like, oh, this bitch really let y'all in. And like we're me and Blambo just trying our hardest not to.
'Cause y'all
like,
are fried.
Yes, exactly. We're trying our hardest not to laugh. Like we're both like turning to each other near the wall. We're like, bruh, we're done. Like we got set up bad. We got put on the front lines.
Because if you really take it in, it's school is like, I guess, like your PG model of the prison system.
Yeah, definitely.
Get drawn in on this fucking school bus,
Oh my
dead early in the
gosh.
daytime.
Bro,
Everybody,
the prison school
feel me?
bus literally looks like a school bus. So.
Same exact thing. Everybody's tired. Everybody not feeling good. The bell tells you where to go. You get locked in your cell, in your classroom. No moving. No speaking out of turn. None of that shit.
Exactly.
Bro. I don't know. I feel honestly that school is not for everybody. Like, imagine if there was like old schools. Like, you ever think of what's it called?
What do you mean, old schools?
Like alternative, like
Oh.
Hollywood Arts from Victoria's, bro. I used to want to go
Bro,
there
I
so
wanna-
bad.
You mean like magnet schools, right?
Is that what they're?
I think that's
I think
what they're
so.
called.
I think so.
Bro, I want to go to this marine biology magnet school so bad because like they were like by the water and like you could go out and they would like do stuff with animals like in the water. I was like, oh my gosh, bro. Like
I low key
I low
feel
key
like that would
regret. I
be
feel like
more.
what?
I low key feel like that would be more beneficial to kids
Yeah, of
than
course,
just.
because it's more hands on, and it's not, and like they're instead of looking in a book, they're actually like touching animals, and like you see it, you're seeing it live, so it's gonna stick in your brain better than just turn to page 59, blah 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 blah. Like nobody wants to hear you, buddy.
But
Especially with their coffee breath. Oh my gosh, bro. Teacher coffee breath
yeah,
has to be like marked as a sin because it is horrible. It is like imagine a teacher, you need help from a teacher, they're right here. Like just right here.
like no, you're
Like
doing this problem wrong. You have to carry the three. Like, oh, okay.
like back in the days I used to hold my tongue. I can't. If you come close to me, your breath stink. I'm like, bro,
Your
you
breath
eat some
stink,
pussy or
nigga.
something? Your breath smells like ass. Like I'm sorry, bro. I said that to Johnny the other day because like he was talking to me. I'm like, bro, you must have rolled out of bed.
Shit smell like a dungeon.
Yeah, man's been locked away.
Oh,
Phew.
yo, you know that was like an old form of torture. Like in England, they used to like lock niggas in a dungeon, and basically like these rats along the shore that was connected to the dungeon would when the water level rose, they would get washed out of their nest and
Oh
flushed
my
into the dungeon.
gosh,
So they're fucking tight.
no.
Like these rats are tight and they're aggressive. And so they chain the prisoner down there in straight darkness. So all you hear is the scurrying. And then they start biting the fuck out of your skin, like literally biting at your flesh. And they lock you down there and forget about you. So that just happens over and over again. And you starve and you're just being eaten every day.
Like,
Imagine, bro.
like you'd be like, yo, please take me already. You hear the water come whoosh.
You don't even hear the water. All you hear is the footsteps. Like,
Oh my
but you can't see
gosh, that's
anything.
scary.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's some berserk manga stuff right there.
I still need
If
to
you know,
read
you
that
know.
shit.
Berserk
Berserk.
is
Been
gas.
trying to put me on that shit for ages.
Hey, I put people on game for free.
All right, bro. You got any theories for me?
Okay. So I got this one that I just saw that is really like a little mind-boggling to see. Remember when the stuff happened with AT&T and like their server going down and people not being able to make calls?
Yeah, I'm still seeing memes about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a TikTok I see with like stuff power going down.
Solar superstorm that could, and this is important, underline the word could, eventually wipe out the internet for weeks or even months. Indian astronomers have just warned that the coming solar storm could be so powerful that the internet across the world could face problems for weeks. We may have to
The
be a
solar
little
storms.
serious about upcoming solar flares. Unfortunately, this isn't the plot of an underappreciated B-tier Netflix thriller, but an actual possibility according to scientists who have been studying the sun's solar activity. Researchers have discovered a new relationship between the sun's magnetic field and its sunspot cycle that can help predict when the peak in solar activity will occur. NASA previously predicted that the next solar maximum would begin in late 2025. Unfortunately, a new study reveals that this solar maximum is coming sooner than expected, most likely in early 2024. A new study led by Dr. Deebandu Nandi, a
Deebandu Nandi.
Kolkata Center of Excellence in Space Sciences,
I just couldn't let it
has
go.
predicted an early 2024 solar event. Dr. Deebandu Nandi said that
He's
it
saying
is
that whole
not
full
possible
name
to predict
on
the
purpose.
intensity and consequences of solar storms this early, but we should learn more as the new year approaches.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Do you think that it's really like a solar flare, or it's more like a cover up? Because I feel it's more like a
More like
cover up. Like they're saying it's a solar flare, and then that's the excuse they say, okay, shut everything down, stop all forms of communication of the internet, and like that's when radio silence happens, and that's that panic.
I feel that like they they have like a pretty good grip on like weather control. Like
Of course.
what did Kodak say? Them people
Oh,
control the rain. Them people got like
where the hell you think Hurricane Harvey come from?
yeah.
These niggas out here digging bunkers up. They got weather control.
Yeah.
Kodak hasn't been the same, to be honest. Like that's not. I don't think the Kodak we've seen has been Kodak. Like we have had probably like different versions of Kodak. Like every time his hair changes or like his face changes or something about, he just looks different every time, and it's so weird because like
He does look different than like the I guess everybody's finna look different over a few years.
No,
But
no,
like
of
once
course,
it
but,
comes
like-
to like the facial arrangement
Yeah.
and like certain things that subconsciously we get used to looking at an artist we like for a long
Exactly.
time, and then they go away, oh he goes to jail, and then they come out and it's like, nigga, something about you.
Like, do you even think Gunna is the same? Like, I feel like Gunna's different, bruh. Like, this skinny Gunna, I feel like we just not used to. Gunna got skinny while Young Thug got fat. Like, it's just like now a reverse.
I mean, well, we're getting a little sidetracked.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel that like, have you seen like the I think it's called like cloud seeding or something like
Cloud
that,
seeding.
where they like it's like a big machine, like a NASA machine,
Oh,
and they
yeah,
like
I've
can
seen that.
generate clouds, and they shut down like a whole area space and kick people out of their houses so they could test that shit because it was loud as fuck, like it's mad loud.
Damn.
And I mean, you've been seeing like, wasn't there like a flooding in New Orleans, like crazy weather phenomena going on? I saw hella footage of like literally houses underwater just because of the flooding and shit like that.
Damn.
So I think that, you know, could it be possible like a solar storm versus they're just doing this shit themselves? I don't know. I really don't know, bro.
I also think that like that weather machine is going full effect in like places like Alaska, right? Because I remember seeing this video where they have this fake artificial sun because like it's so cloudy over there, but it's so cloudy, and then like there's like this, it's almost like you see the sun trying to fight to like shine through the clouds, and it looks like they keep like it's getting bigger and then getting smaller and getting bigger and changing sizes, and like it's just so confusing because like it's so cloudy you can't really see what's actually going on.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's like probably like major movements in the sky going on over there that they just don't want people to see, and like they just keep it cloudy year round. So people are none the wiser.
Because this is, I mean, you can access this information. Like, I forget what the name of the machine is itself, but I'm pretty sure the term is cloud seeding. You like they can make artificial clouds. Like you can find that information. That's not that part is not conspiracy. But that's interesting though. Like the solar flare, because that's
Yeah.
what we were talking about a few times already in the Netflix film produced by the Obamas called what is it? Leave the World Behind.
Yeah, leave the world behind.
I think I
They
literally
were talking about solar flares in the movie.
no, but just the same way
Oh,
that they
yeah,
kind
with
of like
the
rolled out
internet
this
yeah.
movie recently, and then like this it ties in a lot with what happened in the movie because here we go, we do that shit again.
What? That's all I can think about now.
Oh, the flapjack. But yeah,
my God.
like in the movie and like everything gets shut down, but they don't know where it's from. But I mean, that's interesting that you asked me that. Do you think that it could be actual, you know, natural events versus something that's orchestrated? Because
Yes.
then like the movie kind of throws this idea out of like
It being orchestrated.
misinformation where this happens and everything gets shut down, and maybe it is natural but they take advantage of it because maybe they have like a calendar. They know when this could happen. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my gosh!
Like
Think
a more
about it,
exact estimate of when it could happen.
like the Avatar when they had that one scene where they said the Fire Nation um has the solar eclipse on this day and that's when we attack them.
Ooh, yeah.
Bro.
Did you see that Delta Airlines is literally we have an eclipse coming up, and they're like allowing flights so people could see it from the air.
Um,
That would be kind of sick though. Would you want to try that? Would
no,
you ever try that?
no. Because I feel like you're gonna be sent to the gallows if you're in that plane, bro. It's like, wow, so pretty. Whoosh. The radiation's so strong.
But you know that's literally like it's so interesting that you say that because like that's one of the Simpsons like predictions.
The Simpsons predicted it?
If you guys don't know Simpsons, the Simpsons has like a history of airing episodes that have information put out in a very joking manner, like either long times before some kind of event or pivotal moment happens, or very close in proximity, but it's like they predate the event itself. And that kind of poses the question of like, is time travel a thing, or was this orchestrated and like they knew that this was a planned event that was to happen. But here's the story for the Simpsons prediction 2024, because it's just the same as
The latest predictions from The Simpsons for 2024 are truly strange. One is particularly unsettling. In season 24, episode 9, Homer Simpson prepares a fully stocked bunker for his family, anticipating something terrible on the horizon. Shortly after, a super powerful solar storm hits Springfield. An invisible and silent hurricane sweeps through the city, causing severe consequences. This catastrophic event leads to a complete halt
You
of the
guys didn't
internet
see,
and
but there was
electricity for
like
several
they had
weeks,
a
if not
plane
months.
falling in a
This would
cliff.
have disastrous environmental consequences and lead to unimaginable geopolitical tensions. Doesn't this sound familiar? Mark Zuckerberg recently built a bunker and is adamant about keeping it secret. He is not the only one in his inner circle
Oh my
building a
gosh, is
bunker
that his
right now.
bunker?
Elon Musk is also. And have you seen the recent Netflix movie Leave the World Behind that deals exactly with this topic? By the way, the ending of that movie is quite grim, strange. Get ready to discover the other ominous prediction from The Simpsons for 2024. The latest prediction.
feel me? And just look into it. Like the Simpsons has had like a huge track record of that.
Yeah, being
But
right too.
what do you think? Like, how do you feel about like time travel?
Oh,
What are your takes on that?
I feel like it's very real.
You feel it's plausible?
I feel like it's already here.
Yeah.
But like already here in the sense where there's people who are from the future who came back to tell us like get ready because like their future is probably like the future's looks undesirable. And when I say we have it, I'm saying like they built it in the future that we don't have it now. But like
So you're thinking more like, do you think that I guess I feel that like if the sci-fi time travel that we've seen in movies and stuff is real, I feel like it's closely intertwined with like butterfly effect.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like those are people coming from different realities. Like you remember 2012 when everybody was like, "Oh fuck, the world's gonna end, whatever." And like, do you remember
wasn't that
also
around the time CERN turned on the machine?
Yeah, I don't remember if that's when I think that was when they turned on the
Yeah.
Hadron Collider. But I think that one was more so, it was the Mayan calendar. That's when they said the world was going to end on the Mayan calendar. So everybody was prepared. But an alternative, like, I guess, hypothesis with that was that we could have just been like changing planes. You know what I mean? Like entering a different dimension.
Or think about this. Imagine if our calendar is not actually right, that we're not actually in 2024.
Like, would you think that it's we're maybe farther along or less far along?
I feel like probably less far along. Like think of like Africa where like they're right now, I don't know what their calendar is, but they're like far behind in the calendar.
Oh, you think it's farther behind?
Yeah. Like we're not actually in the year 2024.
We're in the year like
20 maybe we could be on 2011 or 2012 for real.
What you
Like
think?
this could be 2012. You know what
Oh,
I'm
so
saying?
then
Yeah,
you think like the Mayan
exactly.
calendar could hit flush? I don't know, bro. It could be. It could be.
Because we like we're known to often change history, and
Yeah, all the Mandela effects and shit like that. You could not tell me, bro. I literally remember as a jit, like back in Antigua, it was around the time, and like when something serious happens in your life, those memories get encoded a bit differently. So it was like around the time that my dad was getting custody of me, and I remember it was soon before I was brought to America, and what's it called? Like my mom had just showered me, and I was in the bedroom, and she was like, getting me dressed, and I was putting on my underwear, Fruit of the Loom underwear,
oh
and I'm like I remembered the cornucopia,
yeah,
distinctly remembered that shit because I loved Fruit of the Loom. Like maybe the kids boxers were just banging a little extra. You feel me? Like,
nah,
and
Fruit in the Loom used to be so good.
them shits were soft, bro.
Like nowadays, I don't see that cornucopia, and like people try to act like you're crazy. It's like it was always there, bro. Like don't play with me.
And a lot of people also remember like Chick-fil-A being spelled with a K.
Do you
I
think?
never really ate Chick-fil-A like that before, but it also just makes more
Yeah,
logical sense because chick
yeah, it's
like
spelled
is
with a
spelled
K.
with a K.
Do you think it's more Mandela effect or like subtle rebranding, where it's like they rebrand out of nowhere and we don't know?
I think that's possible.
I feel that's possible too, but at the same time, like someone would have caught it like the second they changed their stuff, and but at the same time, like the internet is still like so new.
But I mean, like, I guess certain things like Star Wars, like Luke, I am your father. Like I'm not a huge Star Wars nigga, but it's like, I think he says no, I am your father, and that was a big one because like even on like talk shows and like
That's how they would
spoofs and
describe it.
renditions, it would be Luke, I am your father. So how would they? That's you can't really rebrand that unless they
Yeah,
like shot the movie twice and was like just completely deleted the first version and just threw up the
the
next
people in
version.
the theaters who first saw it got the deleted scene. They're like, nah, we go change it for the Blu-ray version. Speaking of Blu-ray, like what happened to that? Like
What?
to like the Blu-ray. Like think about how Netflix really just like put that out of the water. Like having CDs. I low key miss it though.
Yeah, there's something nostalgic about it. Like I used to watch Lilo and Stitch. I only
Oh.
like back when I lived back home, we had like a VHS and I only had like a few like movies that I would just watch on repeat basically, but
Which one is one that hit home that like was your favorite repeat film?
Lilo and Stitch was like my biggest one. I
Top
love Lilo
for
and
me,
Stitch.
bro, it was like the first Hitman.
I've never seen The Hitman.
What? Like I'm not talking about like the new one that came out. I'm talking like it's like old. Like that was the best Hitman I ever seen. And I forgot the name of the actor, but he did a very good job. He does the show Justified on FX. I don't know if you ever seen that commercial or show, but like that was very good. That was one of my all time favorites. That would put beyond Hitman. I was like, this is nice.
But also, what was another like Mandela effect that really threw me? Like this was kind of like what spurred me into what's it called, into like conspiracy and Mandela effects and all that shit. Was literally, I mean, for one, also Mandela, like Nelson. I distinctly remember my brother doing a project when we were super young. We living in the old apartment in the one we passed by when I told you
Oh
take
yeah,
that
yeah,
road.
yeah.
And like he was it was like a project for Black History Month and he was doing it on Mandela. And I remember Mandela died in prison.
Yes,
Never
yes.
died in prison. And I was like, what the
What?
fuck, bro? And it was like around the time, I would say that was around the time that the movie 2012 came out and I was back home visiting and my brother was like introducing me to all that shit, like the Illuminati videos and all that stuff for the first time. I watched 2012 like just like a few clips petrified, bro, petrified. And there was like, I remember around that time there was like a little storm because it's in the Caribbean and we have like, passing systems, and it was rainy and everything. And like I fell asleep, I was scared as fuck. And I wake up, my mom tells me, she was like, yeah, there was an earthquake, you slept right through it. I was like, what? And like I was petrified. I just dove right down the rabbit hole. That day when she told me that, the morning, the whole day I'm watching videos. I'm like, what the fuck? I see the Mandela
Oh
effects.
my
I see
gosh.
like, and another one that shook me was the Berenstein Bears. Now Berenstain. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck no, bro. My brother had a
Like,
book of that shit. I
right?
remember reading that book so many times, bruh. Was never Bernstein, nigga. Like,
Yeah,
what
that
even
doesn't
is
even make
that?
sense to me. I don't think that was ever it.
Some
That
of
was
them
always
are less.
Berenstein
Some of
Bears.
them are like less subtle. Feel me? Where it's like you can never convince me that that's what it actually was. With like also when I was coming up, I used to watch hella Pokemon, and like Pikachu never having like a black strip at the edge of his tail.
What?
Fuck out of
Oh
here.
yeah, I
He
know what you
had that black
mean.
strip,
He
bruh.
yeah. If he doesn't have that black strip, that's not Pikachu.
But
That's
he
what
does.
really
Apparently,
like.
he never had that shit.
Nah.
Never had it. Like,
Did they also take away the red circles on him?
I think so. I
Because
think so.
he's supposed to have red
The red
circles on
circles
his
on his
cheeks
cheeks. I don't
and
think
have the
he
black
ever
stripe
had
on his
that, bro.
tail.
I don't think he ever had that.
What? Nah. You're lying to me, right? Something's going on.
Bro, that's what it was. Apparently, that's how it was. Like he never had that. What's another one? Dish some at me. What are like the big ones for you?
Mandela effects. I don't know. My timeline has been flooded with the wrong Mandela effects. These memes. I can't really think of one right now.
Like any Mandela effects that really pop out to you?
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's very tied into like I was saying, like the butterfly effect, and
Oh, like the
like
subtle changes.
yeah, like maybe do you remember also what was it? I think it was 2022 when mans were like, yo, when you wake up tomorrow, you're about to have superpowers. Do you remember?
Oh,
Shit.
bro, I was ready. I was hoping I got the power of flight, bruh.
It's like those moments where we all kind of like tap in for a
Yeah.
second. We're like, yo, tomorrow's about to be crazy.
People waking up, yo, where's my superpowers, bro?
Yeah, bro. It was the same with the whole 2012 thing. Like I was legit and I was looking out the window and like imagining. I'm like, damn. I was with my family. There was a storm, and we were having subtle
Thought that was it.
flooding, but we were like in an apartment, and we're having subtle flooding, and even like our parents and stuff were talking about it because it starts to become a little bit mainstream. Like,
Yeah.
hey, this is what the conspiracy community's talking about, and like, but yeah, I was literally looking out the window. It's raining and everything. I'm like, fuck, this is my last day on Earth, bruh.
I feel like we often have the conspiracy that the world is going to end, and like honestly, like I wouldn't put it past anybody that in any form, like 2012 or like some other instance that it felt like the world really was about to end, and
What,
they
just that split second before it hits 12? Is that what you mean?
yeah, like the doomsday. You're saying
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like CERN had put themselves in charge of like changing our reality. Like we're in like some alternate timeline. Like every time we're close to that clock almost striking, like it's like okay, we gotta turn that machine on. Like and then we gotta put everybody into. But imagine how much power that
Oh,
would have to
okay.
generate.
How about this? How about this? Do you think it could be something like Men in Black, where they just like hit a button and it just wipes all of our memories on like a specific thing,
I think
or
so.
makes it susceptible? Maybe it's like that, the whole rebranding, where it's just like it's like they hit a button and it's like the neuralizer, and it just makes our minds, I guess, malleable, and then that's when they like rebrand shit, and then we start to remember. We're like, wait, wasn't it a different way? But there's no way to prove yes or
I
no.
feel like they do that and also just like social media distractions with drama. Like anytime something major happens, it's like, okay, that's cool, but look at Usher at the Super Bowl. Like,
I always ignore all that shit, bro. And it's also like pretty clear to see. Like I'll see people who aren't even like, I guess, quote unquote conspiracy heads, and they're like, oh, they're just more like on like the political aspect or anything. And they'll see like when the Jeffrey Epstein shit was coming out, when they were releasing the flight logs, it was the Chris Rock slap.
yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bro, there's like speaking of that though, like the Epstein Island, there was like this episode in Sunny in Philadelphia. It's always Sunny in Philadelphia with what is that guy's name? Like that small guy, he was in Matilda, wears glasses.
I have no idea.
Well, people would know if I mentioned, but he there was an episode talking about he was there on Epstein Island just for like the snorkeling, and then like you making jokes about it, and I'm just like cocking my head to the side, thinking like, snorkeling. I'm like, why y'all niggas lying, bruh?
It'd be the most like like idiotic excuse, like,
Right?
or you know what I mean?
Bro, I was just there for the cocktail party and then I left. Like, bro, you know what's going on.
Oh, have you been seeing all this shit going crazy about Puff Daddy?
Oh, yeah.
Have you been, and like what's his name, Meek Mill and shit like that.
Yes. You know what's crazy?
What?
I think Meek Mill is the one who partially signed what you would call it, a case against him. Like,
Really?
yeah, because they said there was a rapper in Philadelphia that dated Nicki Minaj that's filing a case on Diddy and
What?
for sexual assault.
Oh yeah.
And I was and like it's funny you say that because I was watching a video yesterday and like Meek Mill was singing his own rendition of like this like I think 80s song and then Diddy turned around and then just start grooving. He's like looking at him like
He be doing some
Like, that
weird
was-
shit too,
yeah.
bro. Like there was like a concert. I think Ye was there. Diddy, just when they be having like a few other artists just hop on stage, and Ye was like saying something to the crowd. Jay-Z is there, and Puff Daddy comes out and he slaps his ass a
Yes,
few times,
yes.
and Jay-Z just looks mad uncomfy, bro. Like
what why do you think he's allowed to get away with this? He must be on like that bracket.
of just like powerful timing. Like he
Yeah,
just-
like where cause he doesn't even care he's getting all this backlash.
Yeah,
Like-
he does stuff pretty blatantly too.
Yeah.
Like the parties that he'll be at. Like I heard one in like one of the lawsuits. What they're alleging is that he literally shot a guy in the bathroom.
Oh, I heard that one.
And the police and them came and he's like, oh, just tell him this. Like he doesn't even care. Like most people if they do some shit like that.
Yeah, they'll be freaking out.
You know what I mean? But he's just more so like, well, whatever. Just tell him this. Like, he been doing that shit for a little while, and it's like it
There's only
matters
so
less
much
to
you can
him.
get away with.
Yeah, bruh.
That's crazy because if you really think about it, like they probably have enough information to put him like under the jail. To be honest, like with all the charges he probably racked up over the years, like they could probably open cases saying he did something to Biggie, or like that stuff in the bathroom, or all them sexual assault cases. That adds up to probably, and that's probably like multiple counts
Yeah.
of that. So he probably could get like 200 years, bruh.
But when you have power like that, I mean, you can do whatever you
That's
want.
true.
Okay,
Which is
so
sad.
let's talk about something else, bro. Let's talk about something else. I've been seeing like a lot of videos on like big corporations, big pharmaceutical companies, and all that shit, and like the way that they are, what's it called? Like taking advantage of setting the price for certain things, like cancer drugs and shit like that. Like there was this one video I saw. I'm gonna play it here in a second. It's like a drug, some drug associated with cancer treatment, and like over the course of years, they keep amping the price of it. But
What?
look at what they have to say, because it's like it was in like a boardroom setting, and like they're discussing this shit, and they're like,
They're just calculating to themselves, huh?
no. There's a lady like blowing the whistle on that shit, and the guy who works at the
Um,
company, you know those videos where they're like,
yeah.
they're stiff, they're like,
I hope they don't see me.
oh, peep this.
Episode of the Best of Katie Porter. Katie Porter takes down Big
Girl,
Pharma.
shut up.
Revlimid, a cancer, has the answer. Plan accordingly. Celgene makes Revlimid, a cancer drug. Do you know what the price of Revlimid was when it first hit the market in 2005? I don't remember the number, but it was 200 or... Reclaiming my time. It was $215 for one pill. Do you know what the price of Revlimid was in 2013? I can look it up, but I don't recall. I don't have it in front of me. 412 per pill. How about the price? Let's get into more recent where your memory may be jogged. How about 2017? I would say approximately $700 a pill, but I don't have it in front of me. 719 per pill, and today Revlimid costs $763 per pill. I'm curious, did the drug get substantially more effective in that time? Did cancer patients need fewer pills? During that time, the development of Revlimid included 6 additional indications, some in lymphoma, and the balance in patients with different segments. I want to reclaiming my time. So, Mr. Ellis, you discovered more patients who might benefit from paying $763 a pill, but being able to use a drug for more patients doesn't necessarily more price. Did the drug start to work faster? Were there fewer side effects? How did you change the formula or production of Revlimid to justify this price increase? The indication changes are for subsets of different patients with disease. Reclaiming my time, Mr. Ellis, I understand that. What I'm trying to understand from you is how did the drug improve? If I were to look at a pill and analyze it from 2005, when it cost $215, and I was looked today at when it cost $763, would that pill be the same? I understand your question about the pill. The manufacturing for it would be the same. Great, thank you. So to put that in perspective, you hiked the price by $500 when the average Orange County senior only has $528 left in their bank account after they've paid their basic monthly expenses. The average Orange County senior can't even afford one pill. And you said recently that nobody pays the list price, but that is not correct. Do uninsured patients sometimes pay the list price? I can imagine there are circumstances where underinsured or uninsured patients would be paying close to or at the list price. I don't know of any specific circumstances, but I would guess my time, Mr. Ellis. I want to turn to one other number if you would help me. Do you know what this number is? Does it ring any bells? I think you're referring to my compensation in some way. In some way. This was your compensation in 2017 for being CEO of Celgene. And that's a lot of money. It's 200 times the average American's income and 360 times what the average senior gets on Social Security. Now, of that 13 million, about 2.1 million came from your company hitting yearly earning targets. And more than half of the bonus formula was based on those targets. Any increase in the price of Revlimid would also increase your bonus by increasing earnings. Isn't that right, Mr. Ellis?
Wow.
If revenues increased and expenses did not, then earnings would be enhanced. Thank you.
That's crazy. That's how these people become billionaires. They profit off of dying patients.
They hike the prices, and like that just chunkies up their pockets, bro.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. And then like they're not gonna be worried about like if these people are gonna sue because it's not like these pills
they're still
are more
providing a product at the end of the day. So it's like,
exactly.
what are you?
it's not they're not making it more effective. They're just hiking up the prices so it's harder to obtain.
Yeah.
So if it's harder to obtain, even if they buy like if one patient buys one, like that's it. Like their bonus is getting fattened up every time.
Yeah, bro.
Damn, that's crazy. These
But it's
niggas
like
are
it's a lot of
disgusting.
corporations, bro, too. And also the things that they like you were saying before with the sawdust and shit like that. Like
Oh.
Johnson and Johnson own a lot of, you know, I guess sub corporations and shit like that. Like they own like Rogaine, they own
Mm.
Splenda, they own what else? Tylenol, Motrin, all of these things. And you know what they found in the baby powder? I'm sure
What?
you know, bro.
Oh,
Asbestos, bro. And asbestos is a carcinogen, bruh, in baby powder. And they're facing $50,000, not $50,000,
bro.
50,000 lawsuits of people
I was
complaining.
using baby powder at one point.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's a product that you should feel that you should be able to trust. It's got baby in the name,
Yeah,
like,
right?
and it's a carcinogen
That's
from the
crazy.
moment you out the womb.
Think about how all these products might affect like a child growing up. Like they might have like maybe disabilities or some disadvantages in life because of like the things they put in these products and you're thinking like it's healthy, it's helping your baby and like I'll put you on mute. It's helping your baby and also whatchamacallit. Damn, I lost my thought. Gather for a second.
I just feel like it's just pretty bizarre to see like how all of the things we rely on are silent killers.
Yes.
Like if that's what's in the baby powder, then what's in everything else, bruh? Like Splenda has sucralose. Like Splenda is like a non-sugar sweetener, and sucralose is 600 times sweeter than sugar and linked to like leukemia, diabetes obviously, and like a few other things. And
So someone
sucralose, like all of these like fake sugars and shit are in a lot of the stuff we eat, bruh. Like a lot of the stuff that we eat.
damn. Well, I've honestly been considering going vegan, like having a garden and stuff because you can't trust it unless you've grown it with your own hands nowadays.
Yeah.
Cause they can put anything in, like even your fruits and vegetables, like they can put anything in there. Remember there was an outbreak of like hepatitis in fruits, like strawberries.
Really?
Yeah. Like I was like once I heard that, even at work I was like, man, I'm not eating these strawberries. Like I'm like I don't know what's gonna happen. You never know if like one day you just might eat a random strawberry. Next thing you know, you have this disease because and first of all, how?
It's also like the pesticides and shit that they're using, like that they're spraying on these crops that they're growing our shit from.
Yeah.
It's not mutually exclusive to the crop. Like it's taking it in, and now
Yeah.
that's in the stuff that we're eating.
But I'm thinking what is hepatitis like the general breakdown to like because I'm thinking it's like sexually transmitted disease.
Oh yeah,
So
like hepatitis.
yeah, so
Shit.
I'm like thinking like how you get hepatitis into like so you tell me you just have hepatitis in a needle, you're sticking it to a strawberry or different fruits and stuff, and you're sending it out like, and they like oh we're having active recalls on the news saying like stay away from these products, and
Yeah.
I'm like this cannot be purposeful. Like this had to be done on purpose.
Yeah, I feel it's by design. I feel some of them it's like just a side effect. Like we have to kind of like have products for a while to know what are the primary side effects of
Mm,
these things. But at the same time, like nigga, if you're making this, you're growing this, you've been growing it for a while.
yeah,
Like these producers, I
right.
feel that they definitely know,
I feel
bro.
like it's crowd control.
And
Like,
yeah, cause also a lot of the companies that own, uh, or I won't say a lot, but let's stick with just Johnson and Johnson. and they own all these like consumables that we use consistently, like very often. But they also make drugs, like a branch of them. And also, if you guys don't know, Johnson and Johnson is owned by like P&G and Coke and PepsiCo. Like, why the fuck? Like, what is even the association there, bruh? But they also make products. Like, this is another video, Johnson and Johnson, and it's what's it called? It's fuck, do I have it here? I do indeed have it here. It's like another one of those cancer products, and it's what's it called? They just hiked the prices on it.
I recognize Imbruvica as one of the products that we market. Not I recognize Imbruvica as one of the products that we market.
Oh shit, my fault. My fault, y'all, my fault.
Was there multiple stuff playing?
Yeah, it's like playing twice.
Oh, okay. That threw me off.
What does it treat?
They're trying to sue them for lowering prices.
I recognize Imbruvica as one of the products that we do market. Not exactly sure.
It's okay. I'm not trying to.
No, yeah, okay. So this is a lawsuit where Johnson and Johnson is suing the U.S. government for trying to lower the prices of their cancer drug.
What?
Yeah.
It treats leukemia. Do you know what the price that Johnson and Johnson has set for it?
I do not have that on my fingertips.
It's $484 per capsule per tablet, which works out to about $14,000 per month, which works out to about $160,000 per year for leukemia patients. Now, do you know, or I can tell you, how much money, gross revenue, Johnson and Johnson has made from this drug over the last 10 years?
Congressman, it's not something that I am an expert at, not something I'm here to testify to.
$22 billion. Do you know the gross profits of Johnson and Johnson in 2023?
I couldn't tell you that.
$65 billion. So just to recap, you've got a pill for leukemia patients. You sell it at $484 per capsule. That's $160,000 a year. You make $22 billion over the last 10 years, and you're making $65 billion in profit. Now, we have passed as a Congress, and the president has signed a bill saying, you know what, let Medicare negotiate to try to bring that price down. And you, in your department, because you're Assistant General Counsel, have filed a lawsuit saying that negotiation would be an unjust taking. Let me...
Unjust taking of what, nigga? Like, y'all are making bank off this.
So greedy.
You feel me? Making bank off that shit. Unjust taking of what?
Bro, they said, not my paycheck.
Exactly, bro.
That's all they care about.
They profit off the killings, bro. Like, this is
saying.
all happening to us. We're the ones consuming this shit. But it's like you would think that by now we would have some kind of like viable treatment for cancer that isn't pumping your body full of poison.
We definitely do, but to them, I believe it's way more profitable to keep cancer patients on treatment than actually giving them the cure.
Of course, bro.
Because you give them the cure, they're not coming back. But if they gotta pay for treatment every time, they're literally all they're doing is making it for them to be their body to be completely numb for when they pass. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not treating anything.
And I mean, well, no. I mean, there's some people who like with breast cancer and stuff like that, they'll undergo chemo and shit like that. And I just feel it's like, what are like the long-term effects? And I don't know. I don't exactly know the numbers and shit, but a lot of people who do have like breast cancer or some kind of cancer, a lot of times it comes back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's also like dietarily linked. Like you would have to like change what you eat. Like after or like on the chemo and after the chemo.
Yeah, you definitely can't eat the same things while you're getting treatment.
Do that.
Because they feel nauseous, they feel like aches and pains, like all kinds of things. I watched Megan's mom go through that, bro, and it was like that was one of the most humbling experiences. Cause like it was one of her first treatments, and she came back and she was like on the couch, just teed, bro, just slumped, and I was like, damn, you feel me? Like, no, don't laugh, don't laugh. Hello.
I'm not. I didn't want to. It was just the damn. Like I
Because it's
feel you though.
real, bro. To just
That's
have to
tough.
witness that, that's like that shit is real. And that's the sick people. Now imagine what they're doing to us. Now everything is inflated. And now we know that everything that we're eating is basically poison, bro. Like,
You know what? You know what's crazy with like the stuff we're eating now? Like you know, if you haven't heard, there's this thing going on with Wendy's where they're going to hike up prices during peak rush hours.
I think the
Right?
price gouging.
Yeah, so like lunch lunch hours are gonna be like a different you pay a different price from when it's just regular hours. And then like the person in the video was saying like, so does that mean the employees get a raise in these hours? Obviously not, because we know how these corporations move.
Yeah, that's going straight to
But
their
like
pocket.
that's crazy to think we already have inflation as high as it's ever been, and now we're having like peak time rush price changes.
And they're the first to roll it out because that could happen to Chick-fil-A.
Oh
Y'all
yeah,
white girls love that Chick-fil-A. They could do that shit to
that shit's
Chick-fil-A.
not even good for you, bro.
No, Chick-fil-A, like, there was a guy who was blowing the whistle on that shit, and originally they had like all of the ingredients listed on their website. They took that shit down because it was
Yeah.
something like hundreds of chemicals in those sandwiches. And like a guy blew a whistle on that shit. They took it down. Same with the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Really?
Yeah, bro. So it's like it all happens hand in hand. You could look at it mutually exclusive, or you start connecting the dots, and it's like, damn, bro. And like like take in what they're doing to us, because Americans are like, it's just there's like an American, basically like bankruptcy wave going on. You feel me? Where it's
Yeah.
like, look, peep this.
Oh my gosh, it finally happened because Americans are on the brink of bankruptcy, and this money story just keeps going from bad to worse. Because first is inflation, which is up in the month of August at 3.67%. And you might think to yourself, well, that's no big deal, it's just 3.67%. But
It's
this
ever
is
been.
your money, and it means for every $1,000 that you make, you're really only able to buy $963 worth of goods because that remaining $300 and change is just inflated away. And to make matters worse, the inflation in our economy isn't confined to just avocado toast or the occasional cup of coffee. It's actually taken root in the most important things that we buy every day, like gasoline and the cost of keeping a roof over your head. Gasoline prices in this country are getting out of control, and rent prices have increased every month for the last 40 months. That's over 3 years of month over month, the basic cost of having a place to live has increased. But wait, it gets worse, because the Federal Reserve, who is in charge of making sure that the economy doesn't go spiraling down the toilet drain, which, newsflash, they're not very good at their job. They're in charge of combating inflation, and they're trying to, and right now their only option to make that happen is by raising interest rates. Which means if you still don't have a house but you're close, if you buy one now, the cost of your mortgage is going to be higher than it's ever been compared to what the cost of your home is, at least if we look at the last 10 years. But thanks to inflation, in many states, the cost of the home itself is close to or at all-time highs. But wait, it gets even worse, because the Federal Reserve recently released studies showing that household savings in the United States has been going down every month for the last 2 years. Because back in 2021, Americans had roughly $2.1 trillion in savings collectively. And as of July of 2023, that number has dropped to $198 billion. And Americans collectively
Wait,
have
play
been
that
drawing
back real
down
quick?
on their $1 trillion in savings.
So he's saying
One
like
trillion.
the collective, all of us as Americans, like that's the number of like
Our
all of our
savings?
savings accounts compiled together. That's the number it was at.
The Federal Reserve recently released studies showing that household savings in the United States has been going down every month for the last 2 years. Because back in 2021, Americans had roughly $2.1 trillion in savings collectively. And as of July of 2023, that number has dropped to $198 billion. And Americans collectively have been drawing down on their savings.
If you guys know, from 2 trillion to 198 billion, that is a huge drop.
That's a incredible drop, bro. Like, there's like I don't even. I'm at a loss for
Bro,
words,
I'm
bro.
at a
Like,
loss because what now? Like, think about it. When like tiny homes are probably gonna become like the new norm.
yeah, you see niggas buying
Yeah.
homes on Amazon,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Man's in a little
I watched the
bungalow,
whole
bro.
YouTube video. This guy like bought a tiny home and like all the stuff to go into the home, and then he just set it up like easy 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, you know what? That doesn't look bad
That might be the wave, bro.
because we're not gonna be able to have the houses our parents have because of how high the rates have been and how low more the what you call it is minimum wage still is
Yeah,
with
bro.
tax going up. It's not matching.
Even people with what's it called? Like, let's say a bachelor's. You have a bachelor's, you're making 74K.
It's not enough.
You have like a roommate or something like that. The amount of savings that we're walking away with now in this day and age, like you're walking away with like, let's say, and that's someone with a bachelor's, like $600 in savings, and you're living with somebody else. And now you would have to put away over the course of several years. You still want to have fun and shit.
Yeah.
$300, let's say you put to discretionary funds just for you to have a life, enjoy life. And what you're walking away with to put down, let's say you want to save up for a home, you finally save up to be able to like take out for, like to what's it called, put down for a home. And you can't even get a loan from the bank because you need to be making like 120K. Like, that's how much you need just to borrow the money. Like, it's looking tough out here for niggas, and 74K is like for a bachelor's, like I feel like that's the median to higher.
Yeah.
100K, 120K plus, like that's
That should
like
be
the
starting.
nice
That should be
job.
starting point now because like that's still not enough.
Yeah,
So
now
like
it's
if you're gonna be putting in that work for a bachelor's, you might as well like almost put it next to them having a PhD.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
like it just makes no sense
yeah, bro.
to have inflation this high and that's crazy. Like that honestly should scare y'all.
I mean, it's not all bad. You have like we could be more so buying products and shit from like our mom and pops and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I saw Target was like releasing a line of like essentials, like toothbrushes, like underwear, shit like that for $1.
For $1?
Yeah, bro.
Thank you for that information. Bro, because I remember
It's that tough,
like
yeah.
bro, I remember like I used to go to Walmart to buy my underwear and then like it would be like a good $10 and I'm like, okay, $10. But nowadays like a 6-pack is like 20.
$20.
Yes, like literally, Jay, I'm not even playing. I literally I was so mad buying it. I was like, I need this, but like, man, $20, like
And that's everything. Like, to
I'm
put that
I'm
into
buying a plate of
perspective,
food, bro.
exactly, bro. Like you go to McDonald's and you're spending like 17, like just to buy a few things. Just that's one meal. That's why I really try to just make shit myself, because it's
Or I either do that or stay at those like those smaller chains like La Granja, or like
yeah,
or not as much bigger chains that have more commercial.
yeah,
You
bro.
have to stay away from those because they really eat into your money. And it's nowadays it's less for more.
Yeah, even like a bag of chips too.
Bro,
50% of that shit is air, bro.
honestly, bro, just stay away from the chips, bro. Fuck that. Go look for food.
Yeah,
Cause they changing everything.
yeah.
Next thing you know, we gonna have Mandela effect on chips. Be like, yo, this not the recipe. That's how I feel with probably.
It be tasting, a lot of stuff be tasting different too.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
how I feel with
realize.
the Chips Ahoy, the red one.
Yes.
Bro,
I
be-
used to love them
Bro,
shits
right?
so
That was my
bad.
favorite. I'm like, wow, it's so doughy and like it's like almost a little bit crispy. It was like
You sound like a
perfect.
fat bitch, right?
Hey man, I was a fat bitch. Shit. I'll say how it is. That was so good. Nowadays, I can't even touch them the same.
Yeah, they're
because, like,
disgusting now, bro. They're honestly so
right?
disgusting. But I mean, that's just the way shit is turning, bro. I feel that that's why, like, right now, you're you have to have like the right people in your circle, and like if you're gonna be dating, first of all, I don't think most niggas in our generation should even be dating right now, bro.
Let's expand upon that real quick
At all,
because
at
like
all.
it's like it's interesting what I've been seeing on just like social media alone. Like where you've seen those little lineups, like it's like the one guy and then it's like um the pop the balloon videos.
Oh yeah, and
Right?
they be
Bro,
all of them
those
just pop that shit
bro,
right away. Like my
like
name is Jerry. Bah, bah,
like
bah.
bro.
What?
I don't know why, but it really just irks me because like they're it's basically dating, right? Like of course I know some people are dating to marry, but you still gotta know the person first. Like off rip, like it's just popping balloons. It's like, why are we doing this in face? Like,
Just because, and it's literally like they'll just introduce themselves, maybe say a few things. Like I remember there was this one, it's like this black guy, he's a young like hustler. He's got different, different streams of income. He's like, "Oh, I'm a contractor. I do this." And it's like three of them pop their balloons
yeah,
at
right.
once. Like
And
this
it
nigga
and it'd
just
be for the
introduced
stupidest
himself.
reasons. I didn't like your hair. I didn't like the way you dressed yourself today.
Yeah.
I don't really like your teeth or
Your
something.
energy, it's not getting
Yeah,
me.
like you
Shut
didn't
the
really
fuck
come
up,
in
bruh.
excited. You didn't make me feel excited. Bitch, what? What are you talking about?
I
Like
really don't.
it's so surface level and really the point of the whole thing is to really get to know a person on their personality and off rip it just be like what like your appearance if they like how you look off rip you might get all the balloons not popped and then you start talking about your business what you do and then they just pop it immediately because they're like oh how much money you making
Yeah.
how much money what that bank account like they just want to be a sugar baby basically like they looking for like I understand it's instinctual for a woman to look for a man to take care of them but when you just start immediately talking about finances that is like you
That's
know
the
how females have
biggest
the ick
turn
that is
off.
my ick
That is the
I make
biggest turn
money
off.
but why do you need to know what I make
Yeah, bro. And it's also like they'll say you gotta be in a tax bracket, but you're poor, bitch.
yeah exactly
Like just because you spend money on like the facade of luxury doesn't mean that you got money
I
like
want you to
that.
know those people who have like all them luxury bags and stuff, like all the nicest clothes, they're really broke. Like
Yes, bro.
that's where all their money went into.
But when I say like I don't think that a lot of people in our generation should be dating, it's because their priorities are not straight. And a lot of people shit on like I guess the traditional values or whatever and like a
That's funny you said that. I was
traditional
talking about that yesterday.
relationship. But at the end of the day, it's like even as they deny, oh, I don't care about any of that shit, they still fall back on once nobody finds them of value to be in a relationship, they fall back on, oh, I just want to be taken care of. Oh, I just want to this. I just want a
What
man who
kills
can this,
me?
that. But that's all traditional. Like, how do you want to be out? It's hot girl summer and you got your
Yeah.
body showing at XYZ, but then you want to come home to a loyal, faithful nigga that's
Right?
just like posted up waiting for you, take care of you, treat you like a princess. That's not how that shit go at all.
Exactly.
At least for me, like, you know how I've stayed. Like,
Oh yeah, of course.
throughout high school, bruh, like our friends, like the guys, like Jay, are you gay, bruh? Why are you not out fucking right now? Like, I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
there's more important things to put your mind on, and it's like
For real.
I never, like we were talking about, had never really had that confidence or never really like found myself too attractive or anything like that. But once I was like, fuck all that shit, bro. I'm just gonna focus on me. Whatever that
Exactly.
is in like the season moment, whether it's like exercise or just the arts or whatever I'm interested
It's
in.
really not about the chase. It's more about putting value into yourself, of course. Because once you have that value in yourself, and you know in your heart that you're valuable and the things you do, the way you carry yourself, all them females, bad bitches you be looking for, they go come to you. You don't even need to like do anything.
And the same works for women. Like
Exactly.
if you want to be someone sought after, it's like, what am I really seeking out of you? If you think that what you bring to a relationship is you, don't date. I'm sorry, baby, don't date. Please don't. Like, because now, I mean, have you seen in Japan? Japan is facing like the craziest birth rate crisis that they've ever had because nobody's getting married and nobody's having kids. It's like that's that's the traditional, but it's dying. And like, I don't know what they have, prime minister or whatever's their leader out there. He's begging them niggas to fuck, bro. He's begging them.
Yeah. They used to literally have the one child rule. Now that's been
Nah, that was
lifted.
China.
Oh, that was China. My
Yeah.
bad. My bad. Wrong one.
Ugh, he racist. But yeah, bro, like it's like the whole like intimacy world right now is just crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Nowadays, it's really more about just appearance and like getting your rocks off, but nobody wants to be in
To
a
build
stable-
anything.
Yeah.
Everybody wants like a quick
And if
gratification.
you go back on priorities, like there was this thing about this guy. He was keeping it like straight 100 with this girl. Like I have my boundaries, and if you cross my boundaries, then I'm not the controlling type. Like we just go our separate ways.
Yeah.
And she was talking about, oh, can I go to the club with my girls? Even like sometimes. He was like, and he was like, no, you can't. And then she walks off, and then comes back on, because women like a man who's really dominant and stays in his beliefs. And she's like, well, why not? And he goes on to say, like, how are you gonna be in a loving and faithful relationship and outside playing like you're single? And like it goes to show how like everybody's priorities are really fucked up. And like,
It's like, what are you seeking to gain from
Yeah,
that
right?
environment? I guess I would feel if I know your friends and I know your friends are good women or whatever, I feel it's more case by case, but still, like, what are you going out to that environment for? Are you guys going out to just get some drinks, dance in your clique and have a good time? Or are you going out knowing that niggas are gonna flirt with you, knowing that
Yeah,
niggas are
right.
gonna, bottle service, niggas are gonna get you drinks and shit and hype you up and give you that, add to your ego. Like, what are you going
get
out
that
there to
get that
seek?
one text at nighttime. I love you. Oh hell no, bro!
Fuck
I'm
outta
blocking
here.
your number, bro.
You're getting some dick right now. You're about to go get some dick. That's why you telling me that shit.
Yeah, out of nowhere, you went to the club with your friends. Oh, okay.
As for me, bro, which I also realize is like our friends right now, like Sam, I be having conversations with him and he's like, yeah, honestly, like my real dogs that I see who are building like genuine, bonds with women, like they already know, like, yeah, that's my wife. Like that's, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like that's something that they're trying to foster versus one fight becomes, oh fuck this, I'm out. Like
Exactly,
you
because
gotta be there in them trenches if you want it to be something of a lifetime. Where, especially with like marriage and like commitments for real, a lot of like I mean guys and girls will see it as, damn, bro, you get married young, bro, like that's the end of your fun, bro, that's the end of the journey, versus that's the beginning of an
Exactly.
adventure, like with that person
I
that you
don't
care
get
about.
I don't get that, because like sleeping around, it never, those people are like the most depressed you ever see, because they can't hold a man or woman down. They're constantly looking for attention, and like they don't have any commitment to any person. So like they're just on this forever search, and then once they felt they got it out their system and they're looking, everybody gone.
Everybody's cuffed. Like all the real niggas that you were curving to the
Exactly.
side and all the real shorties that you was curving to the side, they're now with people who actually value them and invested that time in them. Like
Exactly.
I saw that, look at this, bruh. It's literally like, I don't know why we're so afraid of commitment or just like maybe like the boredom of a relationship. But like
Yeah.
that boredom is a beautiful thing
I'm-
because you feel fulfilled. Like
Right?
all that fluctuation is because of uncertainty. Something is not stable. That's where fluctuation comes from. Versus,
Yeah.
okay, shit is smooth right now. We're just, damn, I'm bored. Like we're just here just I'm on the bed watching some sports or
Yeah.
something, and she's doing her thing.
I can say this
It's like,
with confidence. I'm a simple nigga. I don't need much. Like, boredom to you guys is my peace. So you feel me? Like,
that's
like, so I don't get it when they like, oh, it's so boring. I wanted some excitement. We can spice some up. We can go on venture. Like, but it's going to be boring if it's peaceful. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like people want their life to look like a lifetime drama, bro.
It's because of all like the media and everything,
Yeah.
where people will hype up like an online couple, but that's not the life that they're
Especially
really
how
living.
celebrities, like change and flip flop at dating. Like, I feel like that's more mutually exclusive to them because that's like a different world. Like, I feel like when they say, "Oh, this couple got married," unless I see some longevity, I do not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because like, it's simply like the wind. You can hear something like, "Oh, this celebrity cheated on this celebrity." You'd be like, whatever,
Like,
bro.
what's that shit? Everybody was, oh, we love the Ace family and all that shit.
Oh.
And now look at, I don't even gotta say too much on that, bro. But look at what this like what this gentleman is about to say is like a summation of, I feel, our generation and where it's going with dating. Where all the shit that we're talking about, corporations, how we're about to be in some crazy times in a second. It's like, do you want some ditzy bitch or some unfaithful bum nigga by your side, or do you want somebody that you know that you've been building something with for a
Exactly.
long time, holding you down? But look at what he says. Like, this is the stupidest shit, and it's a lot. Look at this. Look at his face,
Why you
bro.
look like he constipated?
It's his reaction to what this man is saying. Beat this, bro.
Of volume.
My fault, gang. I'm fucking up.
I'm currently in a 3-year relationship with a girl that I live with. Everything felt nice at the beginning and is still nice. The problem is that I can't feel anything towards her other than the feeling of coziness, warmness, and all kinds of married for 10 years. I don't know if I'm lucky that I found someone that I'm comfortable with and who knows me so well, and if I should just shut the fuck up. Or I'm still too young to be in a lame relationship and life has more passionate feelings to experience.
What is you talking about?
What? I don't know if I should shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Like,
what do you mean?
I feel warm and cozy and good. Is something wrong?
So they're listing off positive attributes, and they say, it just feels like
it's never enough.
Yeah.
Like, what more do you need? And
Like,
that's
I feel like people don't know how to sit in boredom and like find moments where you can connect with your partner. They're rather looking for like something that's always fun all the time.
Yeah.
And like stimulating their brain. But that's not like people are not like that.
yeah.
So like I don't get it when people talk like this. You just sound like so immature. Like
Yeah.
like they're probably not mature enough to have even gotten married to even say that.
Now, not to rag on, like, okay, if you're someone who's just I find that I'm someone who's very comfortable with singleness, and I've
Yeah.
always been that way, where it's like, if I'm not with somebody, I'm not looking for nobody. Like,
Exactly.
I'm focused on myself, I'm having fun, I'm out with my friends. And if that happens to be you have a couple flings, then that's life, bro. No one's saying that. But if you're actively seeking, oh, I gotta fuck. You're actively seeking, oh, I gotta go on mad dates. I gotta have something on my arm. It's like, nigga, you don't love yourself enough to
Yeah,
just
right?
relax, bro. Like,
Bro, I literally be telling people like you don't like yourself at all.
don't love
Like,
yourself.
What's wrong with you?
that you need somebody else's validation. You need to have somebody on your arm to prove to you that you're good enough or you're attractive enough. Or it's like, we like fashion. Just put on some clothes. That should be enough for you.
Exactly.
Feel me? Go out with your boys. You're gonna get eyes regardless. And it might not always be noticeable to you, but there's gonna be somebody who walk past you like, that nigga was kinda cute. Yeah, she's kinda cute. Like that's how life works. But if you're constantly seeking that, you don't
Yeah.
love yourself, bro. And like that's the basis. And people go into relationships with such like tattered mindsets where you're just bringing damage. You're just you come in
Yeah.
to fuck somebody else up. If you can't take care of all of like the necessary things first and foremost. Okay, do I love myself? Check. Okay, I can go date.
Exactly.
Versus just like, I need that gratification.
That's something I had to like express to myself. I'm like, why? Like, I was at a point where I was actively searching, and I was like, man, I don't love myself, and I had to like rebuild my mindset and be like, no, I'm not actively looking for someone. I'm looking for myself,
Exactly.
right?
That's
And
the
once
conclusion you gotta come
and
to.
once you find that, like all the attributes and like the good things come with that. And that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
And they're actively searching for something to fill the void when they need to look in the mirror and look at themselves.
Yeah.
And like work on themselves. So really it's just stupid to me when it's these people out here that act this way. Cause I'm like, man, it's gonna be years down the line and you're gonna be the last pick of the litter, bottom of the barrel. All them BBL chicks, all them chicks, oh, like I got a fat ass. I'm about to fuck on this nigga. That nigga's gonna use you and go look
And
for
be
an
out.
actual wife.
Yeah. Same vice versa, like all you gentlemen who are just like, like just be pussy whipped off of one shorty where you have to love yourself enough to be like, fuck, I'm gonna stop stalking her IG and just do me. And it takes some time to heal and
Yeah,
get
of
there, but
course.
it's like that's where you gotta be for you to be of any value to anybody. Feel me? Find you a wife. 2024. Find you a wife, nigga. Tell me not, bro.
No,
Because
you're right, of course.
it's just it's we say it all the time to each other. It's like niggas take themselves way too serious. Like, why are you worrying so much about, let's say there's nobody out there. Oh, I don't have anybody out there for me. Okay, who cares? Like, I think who said it, bro? Someone said it, and I was like, I found that shit so funny. I think it was what's his name? Comethazine. He's like, you gotta focus on yourself. If you a ugly nigga, you stuck in your body. You
Yeah,
might as well
true.
have fun. You stuck. Fat bitch, stuck. Like, midget, stuck. Like, go have fun, nigga. What are you worried about? You feel me? Like,
Stuck.
it don't make no sense at all.
That
That nigga's hilarious.
Oh man. Oh, that's crazy.
It's genuinely that simple. Like, everybody, and I find that I have to work on it too, where it's like you're worried about the eyes on you, where it's like, damn, what does this person think about me? What is whatever? But it's like, it always got to come down to, what do I think of me?
Yeah.
Because you can think that you're attractive, but if you're more worried about somebody else thinking you're attractive, then like the goalpost always moves, and you're
Yeah.
always gonna try to amp
One
up
thing
that.
one thing I heard that was like a little good tidbit was you shouldn't be worried about if a girl likes you. You should be worried about if you like her. You know?
Expound.
So basically like people are always worried about like how they're perceived, right? And like how their perception might come off to other people, and if does my hair look nice? Did I dress good enough? My breath stink, like, but like you're thinking all about yourself, but do you even like the qualities in that person you even want to pursue you?
Yeah.
And like that's where people kind of get lost in the sauce, and they like that's when those rose colored glasses come on, and they're more thinking about, oh, she got a nice body, but like, does she even got brains? Like, can I even hold a conversation with her for real?
Yeah.
Because if I can't hold a conversation with you, like, it's deaded right there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how pretty you can be, Megan Fox, but you say something stupid in a room, and you can't hold a conversation, and everybody's just like, hey man, at least she's pretty. I'm getting up and I'm walking out the room, bro.
It's like, what is that? All of that is gonna fade away. You feel me?
Exactly.
Like we're all gonna be 60 at some point, whatever. Like, you're gonna get those
Everything go be saggy, my
saggy
boy.
skin, feel me? All of that shit. It's like, you can't. Your partner has to be your best friend, and if you're not looking for that in somebody, don't date. Please, I'm begging you, don't. Just sit up in your crib and be depressed, nigga. We all gotta go through it. Who cares, bro? Stop it, bro. Literally, stop it.
Just so you could be depressed.
Oh my gosh.
Heard it here first.
Niggas be irritating me with that shit, bro.
Nah, for real.
But it's also like you find so much of yourself that you never even knew was there. Like, I feel like if I didn't go through, you know, that whole Lexi saga and even damn, I don't even want to disclose too much. You know who I'm talking about, the other one. But
Go ahead.
and Mystery Shorty from
Oh,
Off
yeah,
Yonder.
yeah.
Like, if I didn't experience all of that and just like kind of go through that, I feel like that's when I was doing the most in the gym, and that's what kind of like lit up my mind to music and everything as well. Where it's like I feel like I've grown so much, but the most growth that I've gotten, it's been like reflecting on what's charging my music and like what's inspiring my shit, and just really thinking about that. And then it always comes back to me like, damn, why do I really care so much about this? Like, I'm pouring my heart out into this song about a person that didn't really even give me like a second thought after it was all said and done. But it's like you start to unlock so much about you, because
Yeah.
Koi Fish was all about somebody. You know what I mean? Like, all of the tracks, it's like, and now I've been writing some gas shit, bro. I literally, after we like separated yesterday, I wrote a track. You gotta hear that shit
Oh
off
my
cam,
God.
nigga. Yeah, bro, that shit is so stupid. I need you to hear that shit.
Say less.
Oh my gosh, that shit is so crazy.
I'm excited.
But it's like, I don't know, bro. I am excited too. It's like your outlook becomes so much more positive when you're not just trapped in that cage of that, bro. You know, that reminds me of Brad.
What?
I also found when I was cleaning out my shit this video of this nigga.
Oh, yeah.
The moment I realized I need a 9 to 5.
Mama, they whole losing weight. Let me show y'all. Ever since you left, bitch, you been losing weight. What the hell? You're taking heroin?
What the hell? You taking the hair off? I hate niggas, bro. Oh my gosh.
Hey, but like,
They always doing that. The Mayan, Hera.
I hope he start going up, bruh. But that nigga not making it out, bruh.
You never know, bro.
But he gonna learn a lot about himself.
Wait, play that one more time.
Okay. Oh shit.
Mama, they whole losing weight. Let me show y'all. Ever since you left, bitch, you been losing weight. What the hell? You're taking heroin? One time.
What's up? Oh my gosh, I love my people, bro.
They kill me. Oh.
Yo, did you see that? Like, this girl made the dumbest decision, but she put anybody doing what we doing on free game for so long, bro. Did you see the Omale, like the bitch who like disrespected her nigga?
Yeah.
Bro. I would be gone in an instant, bro. I don't even know
Yes.
why he remained at that concert. Obviously, it's not his fault, but like,
Yeah, he paid
that
for the
bitch-
tickets. He was just trying to enjoy the concert.
but she was like, they dropped down that curtain and she was acting reckless like that, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What
And
would
it-
you do, bro?
I feel there was this one streamer I remember. He said he ever walk in on his girl cheating, he airing out the whole clip. So basically, bro, boom. But like that's the extreme version, of course. In reality, man,
I'm not staying at that concert, bro.
Yeah.
The second he's like, come up here and you say yes, I'm
but
gone.
as you saw, like the guy, he built off that though. Like he used that traction to like basically start his career.
Yeah, he's going
Like,
up. Like any press is good press.
You feel me? Like even it was bad, and honestly, she did him a favor.
Yeah.
Like because if that's how you gonna do, they're a year into the relationship and then like you're fangirling over like just an artist. This is another person. You guys have to understand
They're
the
people just
separation,
like you and I. Like
right?
you shouldn't. And she's so like she's never gonna live that down.
She only made the apology because she got the
I
backlash.
saw that shit, bro. That little
Bro, the
weak
fake
ass
ass
apology,
apology.
bro.
You know she wasn't sorry.
I don't understand how. I mean, like men and women alike, you'll risk it all for someone that is not even gonna remember your name. Like
Exactly.
they literally did like a close up on Omale. He's like, "Oh, do you want to give a shout out to Fafa, the girl? You want to give a shout out to Fafa? Her name is Jessica, bruh." He's like, "Oh, I love you, Fafa." Like, nigga, don't even remember your name, bro. After all that shit is said and done,
She was kissing, grinding on him once they dropped the curtain, and of course
what's
he's
your name
like,
again,
"Man, you just another fan."
bro? People put celebrities
On a
and
pedestal,
people
yeah.
they admire in like in a throne, bro, in a literal throne, and it's like. When is
Yeah.
it gonna end, bro? You don't have any self-respect. Look at this nigga Glaze and Drake, bro.
Bro, that's like something I hate the most. Like the glazing of any artist, but especially Drake, bro.
Yeah,
Cause he
we
like
gonna
his
keep it light. We gonna keep it light. You
yeah.
know that nigga.
Yeah.
You know what that nigga do? People talk down on
Triple
him.
X.
Yo, don't do that, bro.
I'm sorry.
Look at this man riding his shit.
You know, see,
That's a grown man. Drake. Are you serious,
He's
bro?
acting
Like,
bitch.
you acting
Wait,
like
no,
a
I wanna hear
female.
what that nigga said.
What this nigga has to say about it? Yeah, bro. Because I mean, he gave him a fist bump, bro.
Like he's literally just trying to drink some water and go
seeing this
get
type of
back on
stuff just
stage.
it kind of disappoints me because it's like, bro, you're an ultra super fan. Like, bro, you're fanned out. You're so fanned out to the point to where you're screaming another man's name, looking him in his eyes, and recording him on your phone. And like, bro, to be honest, you're looking like a groupie. Now, there's nothing wrong with respecting what a man does, and you like his music or you like
Feel
how
me?
he plays ball. But it comes to a point to where you, as a man, have to look up at yourself and be like, damn. Why am I idolizing this person? Like, bro,
Right.
you would expect this type of behavior from a woman. You know, a little girl, but you as a grown man, bro, screaming, "Oh my God! Oh my God!" This is real sus, to be honest. It comes to the point to
No,
where,
for
like,
real.
you have to stop putting people above you. Like, you're screaming his name because you think he's better than you.
This nigga in the middle of a tornado?
We're
What's
all
going on
humans.
around him?
Stop pedestalizing these people, bro. Grow up.
Nah, for real.
You feel me? It's embarrassing, bro. It's honestly disgusting.
That's a sad sight.
I look at like our parents' generation, and I'm like it or not, a lot of us, like our generation, have, I guess, you know, how do I put this in like a good fashion? Like a lot of us have like volatile relationships with our parents
Yeah.
and stuff like that. However, I can never say I don't respect the
Exactly.
person, the grind, the build that my father, all of those people, like, you know, our elders are, because they not doing no shit like this.
Exactly.
It don't matter how bad you feel
I
me.
feel like for them, like their morals and beliefs were more like foundation,
Ingrained.
yeah, ingrained for sure. And like nowadays, like the fangirling has gone to an all time, idolizing has gone to an all time high, like all of that, like. Bro, girl, artist gets a BBL or something, like it don't matter, like this Ice Spice shit, like, you know, like all that's all it takes, and then like you have a nigga just oh my gosh, let me get your number. Oh my god, I'm your biggest fan. Like,
Yeah,
bro, like relax. That is a person still, and they find you weird. They find you weird.
Honestly, how would you feel? How would you feel you're walking down the street and let's say like, you know, let's say you had one thing, you're a one hit wonder of one thing, and some nigga, oh my gosh, bruh, oh my gosh, can I, yo, is it you? Bro, I never, like, how I would feel so, I would feel so
Like, bro,
disgusted.
yes. Like,
You could,
why?
I really admire you, bro. This thing that you did, like, I really respect
Bro,
that you're on that grind. Keep going.
like that I can respect. I'm like, you know what? That was cool. You even
You
came
want a
up to
flick?
say
You
that.
want whatever? I got you.
Yeah.
You do some.
But you
Oh my
do-
gosh, nigga, I'm walking right past you, bro.
Bro, I'm not just walking right past you. I'm shoving you, bro. because those type of people, they're gonna chase you.
Like those are the people who really do the most, bro. Like
Yeah.
they'll buy a nigga's hair or sweat or some shit. It smells
Bro.
to people, like a celeb will
They'll
throw
they'll
out their
literally
shirt
try
or
to
something.
emulate that person too. Like it goes that far where they idolize them so much, they start to do anything to try to become them.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that's just so weird. Like you lost so much sense of self, like to another person. This is another person. Okay? Like if this is the Almighty God Himself, you can fangirl all as much as you want, because that's Him.
Yeah.
Right? But like this is the another person that was made from Him. And you going this hard for them? Bro, all they did was like make a good song.
Feel
Or
me?
some good tracks. They got this popularity. And like you acting real sus right now, bro.
And nobody's going crazy like this. Like, imagine when for the things that matter, bro. Imagine
Right?
at like an MLK rally or something like that, bro. Nobody's MLK. ah! Like nobody doing all that. It's like if you respect something that you could that in and of itself, respecting something that someone does, that's not glazing, that's not dick riding, none of that shit. You can respect what somebody do. But this, nigga, you gay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right? That's how I think like Duke Dennis probably feels anytime he just does anything. And they're just like, Duke Dennis, the Riz Master, oh my gosh, bro. Like, yo, it's the unspoken Riz man himself.
I also hate like all of the I guess like terminology that our generation be using. Bro.
Oh,
like
like-
the one thing that be just pissing me off more than anything is it's giving it's like I can't with that shit, bro. I really
Type
can't,
shit.
bro. I swear I was born in like the wrong year, bro, because I be looking at our niggas our
Yeah.
age with like such shame. I have like secondhand embarrassment for niggas the shit that they
Yeah,
say
that's so
and do.
true.
I'm like, okay.
Like if I see you can't like be your own person, despite all like this stuff with like social media and like the influence it have,
Yeah.
like, and you let all of that like try to make your personality, you feel like, then I can't respect you as a man.
Yeah.
Like it's
Definitely
like
not.
it's given.
It's giving you're a bitch. That's what it's giving. But you got any more theories for me before we bang it?
Let's see what I got. Oh, maybe I have this good one. Oh, this is an interesting one I had found.
All right, talk to me.
Okay, so you know how in the old civilizations, like we used to build things with stone, right? Like and keystones used to be like a major part in our civilization. We don't have that anymore because it.
What's a keystone?
Oh, on that note,
Wait, no, keep it, build the fun.
okay,
Tell me
okay.
what you.
Or I don't think it's keystone, or maybe I'm saying it wrong. I think I'm talking about limestone.
Limestone.
And yeah,
okay.
limestone, and they would like have metal in it, and like it would basically be like charged and stuff. Like, or they talk about how metal back then, and like metal and stone used to be like almost like conductors, like for different things. And like it's interesting that we took down a lot of this stuff and like replaced it with something else.
It's all trash. Everything
Yeah.
that we like, shit with that we live in, and all of these things, like
Alright.
it's all garbage. Like our buildings, all of these things. Like we talked about it before. Ancient Egypt pyramids, things like that that stand the test of time. We live in garbage. Like this shit is not gonna be here in 100 years, bro.
Yeah. I miss like the old architecture we had, because that looked fire. That looked way advanced. And now we really do just have this bullshit going on.
Bro, ancient like what is it, bro? sacred geometry, where it's like a lot of the things, like the patterns that occur naturally in nature, like every snowflake is like
Oh yes.
beautifully designed with its own unique pattern and everything. Even plants and stuff, like these geometric,
What
symmetrical
is it?
shapes,
It's
all of
called
these
something
things.
specifically. I forgot. I think it's like the God spiral.
I don't know. I'm talking about sacred geometry where it's in everything, even like stars, like nebulas, galaxies, all of these things where I mean, it just looks gorgeous. It looks like well crafted, and it's interesting because all of the old like cathedrals and temples and all of these things, like you ever see those nice stained glass,
Yeah.
circle, smooth surfaces, all of these things, like those are what's it called? Like they emulate a lot of sacred, geometric, natural occurring things like the plants and water. If you like overlap sound and light, it shows like this gorgeous pattern that is in a lot of like the cathedrals and stuff like that. Where like
What?
I think that back then they really knew how deep those things ran, and that's what they based off.
Yeah.
You ever
You know what? That
see?
makes sense.
Because they had those structures, those what's it called? They're basically circles, and like the geometry in them looks like those very unique sound waves when overlapped with the light. That's what they look like. And a lot of those old churches and stuff like that had those gymongous fucking bells. Like that big ass bell with the crack.
Yeah.
And it's like, what were those used for? Why do we need those big ass? You know what I mean?
Damn.
And they literally match if you overlap the sound waves and light waves. Like they match the engravings that are on a lot of those older.
Do you think that's why they
buildings.
broke all like most of the bells that we used to have? Because we used to have like bells all over, but like they had put them all together and like destroyed all of them.
The less you know, the more you can be controlled. So it's like
Yeah,
if
that's
we
true.
knew, how do we know about that and to design
Think
these
about
things
it
back
like
then?
in the sense of One Piece when Luffy rung the bell at Marineford, like to signify war. Maybe like that's why they got rid of it because like that vibration was so powerful. It was like the vibration of change.
I think it runs deep. I mean, we're aqueous creatures. Like imagine if we knew how much these things had an effect on us. We see how much like chemical imbalances by the things we ingest have. But one thing that Nikola Tesla said is like, if you want to know more, if you want to increase your knowledge and shit like that, it's like study frequencies and like a lot of those like dynamics.
And 369, he
And
would
the-
often talk about those numbers too.
Yeah, I think numerology and like sound and all of the like the vibrations, that shit is like way more important to us.
Oh yeah.
And our ergonomics than we even know.
I feel like when people talk about manifesting, like that is like almost like a major key in the aspect. But real quick to get back to the Keystone, let's hear what this lady talking about.
Up the cities at the World's Fairs. Literally a missing key, a keystone.
Oh, that
Keystone
what
is
was that?
that main
I forgot.
center part of the arch that pretty much holds everything together. Did you know that all over the world we find pieces of metal embedded in stone? We call them out-of-place artifacts. Then we find these giant swords and assume that it's giant warriors fighting in giant battles. You know about the sword in the stone? King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table? Let me just preface this by saying I don't believe knights were people inside armor. They were probably some sort of Faraday cage or electromagnetic device for wellness. Maybe even for grounding. Anyway, back to Sword in the Stone, where they have a sword embedded in a piece of rock, or in some stories, it's an anvil, which is metal. You know that anvils float on Mercury? A lot of these giant old castles, which nobody knows who built them, have all these streams running through them or underneath them. And they were probably not water, they were probably mercury, because metal floats on mercury. That may not even be stone. That could be some sort of petrified metal. Maybe the key to turning on this electromagnetic device that we call castles is literally a sword in the stone. One of those giant swords, or many of the giant swords, could be placed in any of these locations to activate this machinery, which we call castles.
Oh.
Have
By
you
the
ever
way,
seen
look like chess pieces.
Have you ever seen the Transformers movie, the one where Bumblebee, where Optimus becomes bad? Have you ever seen that one?
Which one is it called again?
It was the one after Age of Extinction, where Optimus gets like reprogrammed by that one bitch.
Oh,
Do you remember
yeah.
that one?
Yeah.
And like what's his name? Mark Wahlberg
Oh,
gets
yeah,
like
and I
the
remember,
sword and
yeah.
everything like that. It showed it in that where like the sword would activate some shit. It showed it in the beginning where
No
all the knights like put their swords down
way.
into the table or whatever the fuck, bruh. Like who knows? Who knows how deep that could run, you feel me?
Yeah, like that really is
Just
the
those like
key, right?
ancient technologies.
Those giant swords were not swords for battle. It was swords to
Like a
like,
key, like an
yeah.
actual key.
That's crazy. Imagine if you think about different structures out there in the world that like are kind of they said like some of these structures were made to fly, right? Think about like if you probably like had like a piece of metal or just a large sword embedded somewhere and like just turn it and like that structure turns into like machinery now and it starts flying.
Some like yeah, like
Yeah.
the key. Cause weren't you also telling me about like those what like stargates and shit like that?
Yeah.
Like one thing, like one kind of material active with like I guess aligning
Minecraft
right with
portal.
maybe, right? Like well, like how do you have to use like a certain block
Uh-huh.
to activate like the nether portal or like create it the right
Wow.
kind of way?
Yeah.
So you think that like I mean I feel like it's definitely plausible, bruh. Like a lot of our mechanics, you have one specific piece like a computer. If you don't have like what's it called like a motherboard, it's not gonna
Mm-hmm.
run or some shit like that. Like where it's one key piece that activates something, but in a different way, in a more like
Imagine they're just taking all these materials and harboring it for themselves. Like all these, like we get all the low grade type rocks and stuff, and they have like all the high tier type rocks that can do these different things that we don't even know about. Like they could probably have vibranium. You know, like I feel like
yeah, you
vibranium
think
is real, but it's called something else, like
because you seen,
cobalt.
bro, you seen in like what's it called? Like Black Panther and all that
Mm-hmm.
shit. Like that's Africa where we feel like they're. You think Africa and you're already thinking stones and dust and
Yeah,
dirt and shit
right.
like that. But I honestly feel like that was a mecca of like great technology and you know like crafts like they had like flying aircrafts and shit. I think a lot of things like you're saying, one thing could activate another, but it's more tapped in. We're talking about frequencies and shit like that. Like I remember in Black Panther the trailer, you see those levitating cars and shit,
Yeah.
and it's more so like working with the Earth's magnetic field and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like you know what I
Oh.
mean? Is that what you're trying to say? Like
Yeah.
ancient technology that's more linked to the ether versus being something like mutually exclusive, like oh, it just runs
Speaking
on a
of the ether,
battery.
that is something that's a lost art that we forget about. Like, you know how we have all the elements? Like ether is one. And like that is a lost art. And I feel like that, like if we could tap into what the ether actually is, we could probably unlock like most of the knowledge from the past.
Because
Like
I feel also because there's a lot of like sacred books that they just take them shits because
yeah.
like if we knew half of what's in those ancient books, like we wouldn't be living the way that we live. Like, do you know what the do you know what the lesser key of Solomon is?
What is that?
That's yeah, bruh. You know who Solomon was in the
Yeah.
Bible? He was basically like, when he took power, when he was, I guess, inaugurated, he prayed that he would be blessed with like expansive knowledge, and he was like considered to be
Oh.
one of, I think, the most smartest person to ever live,
And
Solomon.
then like he had like this book that he like they had to hide when he died,
When
right?
he died, they hid it. I don't know if it was them or before he died he hid it, but he hid it like way underground under
Yeah.
his throne, like because in that book, it's it's basically it has the names of various like high level demons and shit like that, and how to summon them, how to bind them, like all of those things. Imagine like
How
like
to bind them.
Yeah, bro. In the Conjuring series, you remember the Conjuring 2, like Valak?
Yeah.
Like that, a lot of those spirits and like demons that they use in those movies were based off of shit from like the Lesser Key of Solomon. Yeah,
Wow.
like I don't know if Valak is
Imagine
a real.
imagine they actually summed it and like bounded it to like the painting and like or bounded it to the actor in that moment and they know how to like separate that demon with that book.
A lot of the imagery in those movies, I'm like, nigga,
Yeah, nah, it's
you just came
too
up with this out of your head? Fuck out of here, bro. You didn't just come up with that shit out of your head
You have to get that inspiration from
from
a
somewhere.
dark place.
You feel me? But like, yeah, in that book, it has all of that shit. Like, and it basically imagine like a book that is an outline of like Satan's army, bro.
What?
Imagine something like that. And there's like another book on
Damn.
basically like how to create the right I don't the word is not circumstances, but like, you know, align everything right to where that you could talk to your guardian angel, and like how to another book that explains like how to cast out spirits and like bind spirits and like basically
Bro,
like
I ain't gonna
angelic
lie.
knowledge, you feel me?
I
They're hiding all
low-key
that
want to
shit.
get my hands on that
Of
book.
course, who wouldn't, bro? Who wouldn't? Like,
Damn.
imagine, bro. Like, just a little bit. We don't have any kind of like commonly published book on how to manipulate and tap in with things of the spiritual. And that's what those books are. You feel me? Like a lot of that ancient knowledge that like another one of those books like outlines. I was watching a video and it was
You
like
gotta send that to me. I gotta see what this is. Like I'm gonna be doing extensive research on
intrigued.
this.
Yeah, but it's like another one. Or I saw a video. It was like the gray aliens, that gray alien trope that we see so much. Like those are demons, bro. And it's like we call them also in like I guess like those mythic creatures like your Bigfoot or whatever. Have you ever heard of the Watchers?
Yeah, it sounds
Those big
familiar.
eyes, those big black eyes, whatever. Like those are demons, is what it's basically saying, and that what's it called? Like Adolf Hitler and like one of his like top standing men was like big into the occult and like witchcraft and practicing all of those things. And what they were saying is that when they interact with these beings, they trade their knowledge and basically their assistance in the Great Deception for technology.
Oh
So
yeah.
all the shit that like this man Hitler just comes through and blitzes like all of Germany
That's
like
true.
that, and it's like that's one of his standing men was practicing all that occult shit and all those things, and they bring it to the U.S. and it's like all our technologies and stuff is like traded for assistance in the Great Deception. Like imagine,
Wow.
because we see it in everything, like our media, our
Yeah.
politics, and all of these things, and like all of the technology and information we don't have access to. It's like, what if that's traded for help in putting a veil over our eyes, type shit? Feel me?
Damn.
Take that
Nah,
in.
that's a good one. That's a good one. Damn. That's the note we end.
All right, guys, it's been real.
Yes, sir. I'm your host Justin.
And I'm your host, Jay.
You can find me on Instagram, Mr. Kills with three ones.
Selling it, bro.
Shut the fuck up and finish.
And you can find me at 1043 Ivy on IG. It's been real once again. Get excited! Boom! 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 Boom!